Welcome to Family Time. If this is your first time here, we'll have a moment just now where you can say hello to everyone. It'd be great if we could have a few guests just to stick up their hand and say where you're from. But from my side, if you don't know me, I'm Steve Johnston. So Family Time is our team meeting at EXP. We have a large team within EXP South Africa. So in our group, there's about 800 of us. Out of the 1,100 agents in South Africa. So we actually are the lion's share of EXP South Africa. And what we've done from the very beginning is we've worked really, really hard to create a collaborative environment where you guys can get to know one another, you can support one another. And what Sharon has just offered to do for Lizelle is common within our group. There's a lot of collaboration, a lot of mutual support, and I appreciate that amongst all of you. So thank you. And I've certainly worked really hard over the last 3 years to create a family of the agents around the country. So yeah, welcome. So this is our meeting, which we do every 2 weeks on Monday morning. And some of the time I'll get a guest speaker, as we've got this morning with Nicoline. Looking forward to hearing from her. And some of the time I'll do a little training thing, or we'll talk about upcoming events or whatever, but we've got a little agenda that we go through. And the first thing we do on our agenda always is read our mission statement. So I'll read it unless I've got a volunteer. I normally like to actually pick on someone. Somebody stick a hand up if you've got an intelligent comment to make on our mission statement this morning. So read it and then make like a comment on what's important to you. Come on, one person must want to do that. Sharon, you've got your hand up. You've got the job. Go for it.
Thank you, Steve. Our mission statement, I read it with great pride because we've been doing this for the past 2.5 years and I've seen it grow into action. To build a growing collaborative family of agents around the country who support each other to run strong, ethical, profitable businesses in which everyone caps and increases their personal income. Many will become financially free through the EXP RevShare program and stock awards. In this way, as a group, we will bring positive, disruptive change to the real estate industry in South Africa. And I can tell you from my own experience, I'm in Maritzburg. When EXP was launched the first time, I saw frowns like you can't believe. Who is EXP? Well, we have become disruptive in Pietermaritzburg. We're now about 12 agents up, and people are now calling me to come and list their properties instead of asking who's EXP. So people are seeing the change in us, collaborative family of agents. If I think of that, I was speaking to a lady and we invited her to a little small meeting we had. Thank you, everybody. And she was so amazed at the collaboration and how all of us were trying to help her to grow her business. She says, I've never been in a business like this. And if you don't know and haven't felt the love in this group, get hold of me. We love each other and we want each other to grow and to become the best we can. Thank you, Stephen.
Thanks, Sharon. I've had so many agents through the last 3 years say to me, before I joined EXP, the one thing I was worried about is that because it's a cloud-based business and there's no offices and there's no one to go and have coffee with, and that I thought I was going to be isolated. But I have, now that I'm in EXP, I have never, ever been in a business that is so friendly, so collaborative, where help is available at the click of a button and at a message on the WhatsApp group. We've got a big WhatsApp group for my team. Everybody just wants to help everyone. I've made better friends here. I don't feel like I'm in competition with anybody. Nobody's biting anybody else's back in EXP. It really is a phenomenal culture and something that you've got to experience from the inside out. So thank you, Sharon. I appreciate those words. Next is a little time to say welcome to you if you are either you're an EXP agent, you've just joined us, this is your first family time, or there may even be some guests with us this morning. So if that's you, just stick up a hand. At the bottom of the Google Meeting panel, there's a little hand icon. You can see Ben has clicked his hand there. And if you click that, we'll go through the list in order of the hands up. So let's start with Margot van Wyk. Over to you, Margot. And guys, if you are happy to do so, please keep your cameras on. Relationships are a lot easier to build when we can see each other's faces. So Margot, over to you.
How's it? Good morning. I'm Margot, and all the way from Paul here in the Winelands. Steve, you came to our office the other day, and not everyone was as happy to see you as Delisha and I were, but we are officially onboarding and just sitting with the FFC things to sort out, and just so excited to be on the EXP family. I mean, I feel this renewed inspiration and motivation and passion for the real estate industry. Just, you know, I think a change is as good as a holiday. So just very excited to be here this morning. Christine Appel has asked me a couple of times, please, Margot, come join family time this morning. I'm on family time. I'm going to keep my video off because my son's on school holiday and I'm still in my pajamas, but I'm here. Okay.
Well, hopefully you'll become so comfortable, Margot, that you'll even have your camera on with your dummies in times to come. But it's so good to have you. So Margot was referring to, so Margot and her mom, Delisha, with their agents, owned the RealNet in Paarl, and the whole RealNet office has come across. But as typically happens when a principal sees EXP and they think this is the best thing I've ever seen, I'm moving, and they say to their agents, we're going to EXP, there's going to be a percentage of those people that have never heard of EXP, or they've got some friend that heard some story, or so there's, you know, you're not dealing with like a whole group of people who are all positive. In fact, some of them are like really, really concerned about this move. And I walked into the RealNet office in Paarl because Christine asked me to come and just like chat and answer some questions, and I felt like I want to get political, but the first thing that came to mind is I felt like, no, let me not say it. Well, I felt like I'd stepped into a hornet's nest. Like there were a few of one lady could not have made it more obvious that she hated me, she hated EXP, she hated this meeting, she hated what was happening. Actually, fortunately, I made a bit of a joke about it. So she did warm up. And you know what? I don't actually blame her. I mean, it's very difficult for agents who are part of an office. They're enjoying what they're doing. They feel comfortable. They've got the principal. They've got their team around them. And all of a sudden, somebody's pulling the carpet out from under them. So I completely understand. But it was such a difficult meeting for me to do. In the end, I think we managed to handle it okay. And the office is coming to EXP because Delisha and Margot have seen it, and they've just said, listen, the answer to every question we've ever had about our business. This thing is solving the solutions. But I trust that all those agents, Margot, are going to come across the line and that they will be won over by the culture of our business. Who's got the hand up next? Thanks, Margot. Ayanda.
Hear me?
Yep, we can. Go for it.
Morning. Yes, I am here in Durban. Yeah, I'm so excited to join EXP. It's been a long time coming for me because just a bit of a background story. I came in through Sharon Woodley, but I'd been so bored at my previous company that I was always on Google looking for the best company to jump onto. And I came across an article, I think it's about 2 years ago, actually. And the article was from a very reliable source. It just listed, the top agencies in the world to join. And EXP was one of the, listed agencies. So I kept on working in my previous company, but, just wondering how can I get into the company? And then one random day, Sharon would just send me a message on WhatsApp about EXP. And for me, it was just, a sign from up above that this is it, But even after that, I had so many challenges of finally joining EXP because, I had to wait for my commissions from the previous company. It's such a long journey. But yeah, just the past week, I was able to, make my move. So I'm just busy with my listings. For 20 listings to upload. It's just a lot of work. But I'm definitely excited to be part of the team, yeah.
Awesome. And Monica
Thank
says you got that fateful message. You can all remember the first time we were like approached about EXP. You can all remember the moment.
Yes.
Super to have you, and you're in very, very good hands with Sharon Moodley. She's obviously been with me from the very beginning. She's one of the first agents to join. She's built a massive team. In fact, you'll see later today, Sharon is one of the ladies who's going to be highlighted for the growth of her business. Great to have you, Ayanda.
Thank you.
Lorraine, we'll go Lorraine, Brad, and then Miranda, and then we'll move on. Can you get your microphone on, Lorraine? Right, Brad, take it away.
Steve, morning everyone. It's great to be here with you all. I've got two people that I'd like to welcome today. Firstly, Linda Greef, otherwise affectionately known as Book. Linda and I have had a similar path through Pam Golding and Tyson Properties. We both crossed paths with both of those companies, and Linda has recently decided to join me at EXP. So welcome, Linda. Really looking forward to working with you. Linda lives in Parkhurst. She's looking to build a rental business in that area. So super excited to see what you do there. And then secondly, to Richard Britton, who's also on the call. Richard and I have been chatting about EXP for something like over a year now. And Richard has just signed up. Before he's even officially onboarded, he's already got his first frontline agent on board. So Richard, I'm looking forward to seeing what you do and watching you build a massive revenue share team. Super excited to have you both here.
Thanks, Brad. Sorry, my camera's not working for some reason, but really good to finally be on the journey. Steve, we spoke a long time back, and the journey's there's been method in the duration that it's taken, but really excited to be here. I've been speaking to people about it, and Sabrina, who's based down in St. Francis, she was really keen to join up. I worked with her at Chaz, and Brad had obviously, I think, worked with, it was back at when you were at Pam Golding, hey, Brad?
Yeah, that's right. Seb and I worked together at Pam Golding 10 years ago.
Yeah. So look, really excited to be on board, and looking forward to a kind of a new chapter and a new adventure. And I think, with the way things are going in the property market, we should find a lot of people that are going to be coming around to this opportunity. I really believe people are opening their eyes to it. The market's turning in a way that is really conducive to this model. And people are fed up with the old, same old. We want something that is going to give us that exit strategy. And really excited. Thanks, guys.
Cool, Richard. Well, you're very welcome. What we're starting to see is more and more top agents come across to EXP. For top agents, it's a no-brainer. If you're an icon agent, you get given your cap amount back in shares. So you're virtually on a 4% split the whole year round with all of the benefits of EXP. So I'm very excited about the future of EXP. I think over these next few years, we're going to continue to see incredibly strong growth and more top agents like yourselves joining EXP. So you're very welcome, Richard. Good to have you. And a year is not a long time for an agent to decide. Tyler Wantling, who you may know, was one of the top Chaz Everett agents around. He was one of the top agents on the Atlantic Seaboard in Cape Town, also like top agent. Tyler I think it's taken close to 3 years for Tyler to come across, because it's complex when you've got top agents who've got very big deals in the pipeline. They've got big commissions they're waiting for. It is very complex to pick the right time. And then in Tyler's case, he's also having to deal with a restraint of trade for 3 months. He's not allowed to work on the Atlantic Seaboard. So it also, you've got a budget for that. So it's complex, and we absolutely respect that. I don't expect agents to come across quickly when I speak to them necessarily. Guys, we're going to do one more, and I'm going to stick to my word. We're not going to do, I'm sorry, Mary and Christine, we're not going to get to you because I want to get to our guest speaker this morning. But Marinda, you have the last word on the welcomes.
Good morning, Stephen, and everyone else. So much. I must say I'm rather guilty for not speaking on family time before. This is my first time coming on family time. I'm brand new in the real estate game, come from 3 years in a shop. And I really got stuck into all the training, trying to make myself knowledgeable as far as I can. And with my colleagues, I really am starting to enjoy it very much. So yes, just to say thanks, and thanks to EXP for the opportunity. I was caught up with EXP just before I signed up with Find a Country, so I'm glad the path moved that way. But thanks very much.
Marinda, good to have you, and all the best. God bless you for your new season in real estate. Okay, super guys. Sorry for not having the time to get on to everyone, but I just wanted to a quick moment for kudos, thank yous. I've got a few congratulations to do, and then we're going to head straight into the training for this morning. So a couple of you, if you've got a kudos or a thank yous, I do like to make time in our meeting for the verbal expression of gratitude. It's very good for the culture of a team to be saying thank you to one another. So if somebody's done something for you in the last few weeks that you want to say thank you for, now's the time to give some public recognition. Stick up a hand and then do that, and then we'll move on. Mary, your hand is still up. Was that from the previous, welcome? Okay, thanks. Linda, go for it.
Morning, Steve. Morning, everyone. I would just like to say thank you this morning again to Paul and Alette, who just continues to do so much for their downline. They've started a new training group, and being here on the East Rand, being part of your group, Steve, is always amazing. But a lot of you are based in Cape Town, and we're a very small group here on the East Rand, and very, very easy to feel a little bit isolated on this side of the world. But Paul and Alette are really doing awesome things to get us together that, that are on this side as well, but everybody in their downline. And I just want to say thank you this morning for everything they're doing for us.
Thanks, Belinda. Well done, Paul and Alette.
Thanks, Belinda.
Linda Byron.
Good morning, Steve, from sunny Port Elizabeth. So I work for EXP. I'm not an agent. I don't sell. But what I would like to do on behalf of the office, which is the building that I'm sitting in currently, which is magnificent, I would like to send a shout out to James Conyers. I think the 100 and so agents that are in his group, the ones that don't have access to the office because they're not in town, are missing something. They need to pop into Port Elizabeth and come and experience what James has put his heart and soul into to provide for the agents in Port Elizabeth. It is one of the most fabulous places to come to work to in the morning. And you actually want to pop in over the weekend when no one is here and just sit on the couch and have a cup of coffee and just enjoy the silence.
And awesome agents.
Oh, and the agents during the week.
Hello, Shirley. Recognize that voice. Well done, guys. James, you're a champion. You are a pioneer. And if you are blowing through Kabeja, then please do go visit James. Linda says they've got a phenomenal EXP hub. They've actually got an office in PE, if you didn't know that. So James, very, very appreciative of your leadership. Thank you so much, my friend. Well done. I can see I'm going to have to limit this as well. Okay, Karen, go for it. Oh, Karen, your mic's not working. You've switched it on, but it's not coming. The audio is not coming through. We're probably going to miss you. But Karen, can I say, it is so nice to see your face. Hope you and Peter are well. Safiso. Okay. And then whose hand is up under Real Nepal? Margot, is that you?
Hi, Steve. Sorry, it's Delisha.
Hi, Delisha. Nice to see you. Well, I'm not seeing you. Nice to hear from you.
All right, you'll see me next time. But yes, sorry about the real Nepal still. I haven't managed to change anything yet. But I just wanted to express my gratitude to Christine for introducing me and my team to this opportunity, yeah, and looking forward to an exciting road with you guys. And to yourself, Steve. Thanks for what you did, sticking your head into that hornet's nest.
Yeah. The weird thing is, I actually quite enjoyed it. I think I'm a sucker for punishment. I love those kinds of environments.
Yes, it's true. So do I. But yeah, thanks for everything, and to Christine especially.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, and all the best for your new season at EXP. I think it's going to be an amazing new season for you guys. So well done.
Thank you so much.
And then let's close it off with Lucy Reynolds.
Morning, everyone. I'd just like to thank Rochelle Teroven and Lolita Johnson for the love and support and always going the extra mile. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Super. Thank you, Lucy. All right, guys, kudos and thank yous. I think the first thing I want to do on the kudos side of things is, yes, I want to say a huge congratulations to David Beattie, who won the race to Vic Falls. And just, it was such an amazing story. If you guys want to know the miraculous nature of that story, I calculated the statistical chances of what happened actually happening. It was like 1 in 1,236 or something. Well, ChatGPT helped me with the maths of it. And yeah, it was just a phenomenal answer to prayer. Really, that's what it was. It was a phenomenal answer to prayer. How David won this competition. There's a story behind it, which I'll be happy to share with you if you reach out to me. But I'm not sure if you're on the call today, David, but well done on earning that. Yes, you won it, but you earned it. You earned that trip. And I hope that you and the family have an absolutely phenomenal time at Vic Falls whenever you guys decide to go. So, David, if you are on the call, I don't know, you can interrupt me and say something. Otherwise, I am going to move on. Next, congrats is to Andre and Lydia. Andre and Lydia just capped. Safisa, sorry, I'm going to just switch your mic off for you there. Andre and Lydia just capped for the 3rd time in a row. I think I'm going to get into trouble now because this is probably wrong, but by recollection, I think they're the 3rd triple capping agents in EXP now. Is that right? Andre, Lydia, are you here?
We are here. We're in the car, but we're here. Yes, I think that's right, Steve.
Super. Well done, guys. It's excellent.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. Well done to you guys. Then 2 new qualifiers for the Leaders Mastermind. So one of the things that you do when you build a business like I'm building is, as your group begins to grow, you have to get smaller leadership groups meeting within the bigger group. You've got to isolate who your leaders are, and you've got to get your leaders together. Because one of the best ways to learn in life, one of the best ways to have breakthroughs and to get insights is to meet with other people. In fact, it's the only way to do it. You will be the sum total in 20 years' time of the people that you surround yourself with. So I've worked really hard to do this. We've got 2 masterminds. We've got a mastermind called the Producers Mastermind. That's for all capping agents. And then we've got a Leaders Mastermind. That's for everyone at this point who's got more than 10 frontline agents. So you've sponsored more than 10 people personally. Just give a little warning shot out here. At some point in the near future, I'm going to increase the criteria for that. I'll probably shift it up to 15 frontline agents to be part of the Leaders Mastermind. But for now, we've got two new members over the last couple of weeks, Brian Super and Christine Uttel, who are both doing a great job of building their RevShare teams. And They're in the Leaders Mastermind. So what we do is, the Leaders Mastermind, we meet every 2 weeks on a Thursday morning for an hour. One person has the floor for the whole meeting. And we've got a list of questions we go through. What's the best thing and the worst thing that's happened in your business? What one new strategy you're thinking about? What's the biggest threat to your business right now? What are you struggling with the most? There's like a list of questions the person goes through. And it's amazing how those questions get them to talk through the whole situation of their business. And then the rest of the leaders have more than half the meeting to then ask questions and give advice. And there is always incredible discussion that comes out of the issues that are raised by the person's check-in. And we all end up learning on every meeting. It is a phenomenal environment. And if you are here and you're building your own revenue share team, I would ask you to consider doing something like this for your team. So start your own little mastermind groups where you get your key leaders together. It's very powerful. Okay, so well done to Brian and Christine for qualifying for the Leaders Mastermind. Then I'm going to now change my screen sharing. Give me 2 seconds because I need to share our Leaders Mastermind, our leadership board. Okay, so you should see that on your screen. Let me make sure you can see it. Yes, okay, it's up. So the leadership board, I'll put the link if you want to look at this. I'll put it in the chat roll for you. This is a board in which we recognize those who are building revenue share teams, and I've ranked it by frontline agents. That's what FLA stands for. That's people you've personally sponsored. So the most frontline agents are at the top, and then total revenue share group through all 7 generations or 7 tiers is in the right-hand column. So you will see the top 10 agents on the leadership board are me, Lisna, James, Javi, Andre and Lydia, Paul and Alette Marais, Sharon Moodley, David Beatty, Ferdy, and Tia Carlitz. That's the top 10. So if the name is in gold, it means they've moved up the leadership board in the last 2 weeks. This is actually over the last 4 weeks since I did this with you guys. If the name is in red, sorry, Tia, it means you've lost an agent and you dropped down. And then if the name is in green, which we've got a few of, it means someone who's brand new on the leaderboard. So this is their first time on it. So well done to Quintus, Wesley, and Lolita, who are on the leadership board for the first time. People who moved up, Monica Kutsia, well done, Monica. Brad Neal is doing a great job of building his RevShare team, and he's adding really top quality agents into his business, which is fantastic. Brian Super and Neil Robinson is continuing to grow. So look forward to seeing where Neil goes in the months ahead. Sharon Moodley jumped, so the biggest jump. She jumped from 13 frontline agents to 18 frontline agents since I last updated this, which was about 4 weeks ago. So Sharon, I don't know what you're doing to sponsor so many people, but you've just put on 5 people on your first tier in the recent past. Well done to you, Sharon, doing a fantastic job of building your business. And because of this, Sharon will be earning more and more revenue share every month. This is why we do this, guys, so that we can earn passive income. Every single person on this list is earning either a big or even just a small, maybe a few thousand rand every month that just comes in as a passive income. If you want that, you can do the same. Go and build yourself a revenue share team. Okay, so well done to everyone who's on the leadership board. That is that from me, right on time, 9 o'clock. So we've left half an hour for Nicolene. I want to just introduce Nicolene to you. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that Nicolene can do so while I'm just introducing her. So I met Nicolene Hamity many years ago, actually, when she was still with Private Property, and we did a number of events together. And then Nicolene then was recruited by Century 21. She was the head trainer, so the head of training for the whole of Century 21 South Africa. Nicolene, I won't tell you who it is, but one of the Century 21 agents has reached out to me, and she looks like she's coming across to EXP, and she said, I said to her, well, don't you want to join us on Family Time this morning, because Nicolene Hamity is going to be on. She said, "Oh, I know Nicolene. She is fantastic. She is a top-class influencer," were her words. So Nicolene was loved at Century 21, highly respected. She has recently launched her own initiative called the Real Estate Training Institute. I'm not sure who the shareholders of the Real Estate Training Institute are. If it's maybe Century 21 or some of the other companies, maybe you want to give us a little background to the institute. And then Nicolene, just before you close, if you wouldn't mind, also just telling us how agents can plug into the institute, how can they get resources from you, because it would be great to see if we can throw some support your way. So what I've asked Nicolene to do this morning is to do a training session which she recommended to me on WhatsApp for real estate agents. So WhatsApp as a tool. I know Paul and Alette Marais use WhatsApp as a tool very, very well. It's got unbelievable features which you probably haven't used, and I'm so looking forward to this. So Nicolene, welcome to Family Time, and over to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, thank you for having me. Really appreciate it. And just to just give a kudos to you guys. If you guys have grown over 1,100 agents in 3 years, it's clear to see that there's unmerited favor in your business. These numbers are unheard of. Being part of the Institute of Estate Agents of South Africa for many years, previously, I was involved with a lot of different brands, and there are brands that's been existing for more than 10, 20 years and still hasn't reached these numbers. So that is really, really impressive. So a little bit more about me. I've been in real estate since 2008, and I'm not sure if those of you that remember, the interest rate was crazy high. I was 22 years at the time, but I looked 16. So it was really a struggle to get started. And what was the biggest thing for me? It wasn't true, but it was in my head. And we know when something's in your head, it's true for you. I was paranoid that because I'm only 22, all these people are not going to listen to me, because what does this little chick know? You know, she's only 22 years old. And that's where my journey started, of trying to find out everything that there is to know, because I was paranoid that someone's going to ask me something and I wasn't going to know the answer. And that's where my journey began. And way back then, we didn't have like YouTube and blogs where we could get information freely. And as I started to try and get information to teach myself, I really found it hard. There was no one place that you could go to that can give you the information. And I started, getting all the information, got books from overseas, did courses wherever I can find them, learned from many legends, including Steve. I remember the referral training he did many, many years ago. And it was just all about getting that knowledge in. And that's how my journey started in training, because then agents in my office used to start asking me, well, could you help me with this? And could you help me with that? Got involved with the Institute of Estate Agents of South Africa, was the chairman for Free State and Northern Cape, and then I moved to Johannesburg in 2012, and that's when I joined Century 21 and been there for the last 12 years. Great company, but I had this burning desire that I needed to serve more people. And when you're with one particular brand, it's very hard to do that. So last year, I launched the Real Estate Training Institute, and the main purpose was to have a place for agents to go to find out what they need to know. So even if it is not what we do ourselves, then we can point them into a direction of where they can find that information. So I'm the only shareholder. It's just for every single agent in South Africa. There's no other parties involved, and it's all about just getting the right information to agents. So we don't do any compliance training. Our tagline is start, implement, and increase, because I believe it's giving the agents the training that they need to have money-making activities. Because compliance trainings are great. We need to know logbook, we need to know NQ4, we need to know FICA and all of those things. But the reality is that doesn't put money in our pockets, because we want to serve people. And the more knowledge we can have to serve people, and if we use technology like WhatsApp and ChatGPT and all of those things to make ourselves more productive, then we can serve more people and we can get paid more per hour. And that's where the whole purpose of the Real Estate Training Institute is, to help you start, implement, and increase. All right, so let's get started. So we're going to chat about WhatsApp. Now, the training is, I only have a half an hour, so I had to kind of squash it a little bit in, but at the end, we do have a special offer just for you guys because you are part of Steve's team, if anybody wants more information from there. So I see there's quite some familiar names. I see quite a few guys that's already in the system. I see some familiar names previously as well, Sandra, Joey, all of those guys as well. So if you even want to go check something out, you can just go to www.reti.co.za. There's a lot of free resources there for you guys as well. So what are we going to learn today? We are going to look at what exactly is WhatsApp and what is WhatsApp business. What is the difference between the two, and why do you actually need it, and which one do you need as a real estate agent? We're going to look at a couple of quick little things that you can set up your WhatsApp today to get you more productive, get yourself more out there so that more people can see you. Because the reality is people need to know what you do, who you are, and where to find you. Now, if we don't tell people what we do, who we are, and where to find you, who is going to? And that is completely up to us. And WhatsApp gives us an ability to do that. So then let's first look at what exactly is WhatsApp. Now, WhatsApp has the ability where we can message people and call people, and it's a media sharing platform. Now, when we say it is a media sharing platform, what that basically means is we can share images, we can share videos, we can share links, we can share pretty much anything on this platform. And it is you can have it on your phone and on your desktop. Now think about how easy that would be if we can now share information from our desktop. It's easier to chat. And the best feature of WhatsApp is that it's got end-to-end encryption. Now, what does that mean? Basically, what it means is as the message comes up from my phone or from my computer, wherever I send it to, the moment it goes up, it is encrypted. And the only person that can actually read that is when we say it hits Steve's phone. So it means the messaging on that is completely secure. No one can see what happens, which makes it a great platform to discuss certain things with people like negotiations or contracts, all of that, because of its tight security. It also has the ability to do status updates. Now, if I just look at my WhatsApp, for example, I probably get 3 times as much status views on my WhatsApp than I do on Facebook. Because people see it's a smaller circle, and because the internet made it possible for us to go so big and pretty much see everything in the world, in the last 3 years, everybody wanted to go local. They no longer want information about everything. They want information that's relevant to them. And that's why people are searching stuff, agents near me. They are searching for local content. So as a side note, if you're a real estate agent currently, and if you want to make it big in the real estate industry, you have to start creating content that is local. So instead of creating a video to say, interest rate has gone up, what does this mean to you? You have to say, interest rate is going up. What does it mean to you, an owner in Atlasville? What does it mean to you, a buyer that wants to buy something in Atlasville? And you will see that your reach will go so much quicker when you start localizing. And then what's also amazing about WhatsApp, it's global. So even though it's super local and you can connect with anybody around you, you can also connect with those clients way overseas, London, UK, whatever the case may be. Now, when we then look at what is the difference between WhatsApp Business, then WhatsApp Business is specifically designed for small businesses. It's not designed for the big conglomerates. It's for us as real estate agents. Now, it gives you the ability to have a business profile. You can even add catalogs, which I'll share with you a little bit more a little bit later. And you have the ability to do automated messages, which is just fantastic. Come on, how many of you get the same question over and over again, and then you have to type it out, and it takes you like 5 or 6 minutes to get everything ready? And with WhatsApp, you can pre-populate those messages. And instead of taking 5 or 10 minutes to type them out, you can simply put in your keyword and it will then go out to your clients. Because if we are more productive, that means we can do more, and that means we can serve more people. And that is the ultimate goal, right? It also has the ability to put labels on. Now, most of us are so busy throughout the day that we get messages and then we tend not to read them because we're afraid that if we open them, that we might not know who we still need to respond to. What labels does is it gives you the ability to label people in certain buckets. So you could have a buyer's bucket, a seller's buyers, a need to give feedback bucket. And then when you label them accordingly, you could just go to that label and you will know exactly all the people that you still need to come back to, which makes it really easy for you. Then statistics. It gives you a little bit of statistics to see who has viewed your content. Now, don't be confused or set up to think that if there had to be 1,000 people viewing your stuff. That's not true. If you were standing in front of 100 people, telling them that you are a real estate agent, if they're looking for someone to come and contact you, would you think speaking to 100 people would be a waste of time? Absolutely not. But now when you can do that over your phone automatically without having to think that, we think for some reason we have to reach 100 people. We don't. If you reach 10 people, it's 10 extra people that know who you are, what you do, and where to find you. So which one do you actually have to use? Do you want WhatsApp Business or WhatsApp? And the one you want to use is you want to use business. And the reason for that is the market tools that it actually has in the on the system for you. Now, WhatsApp itself has got the ability to do messages and media sharing and voice notes and all of those things as well. But when you get to WhatsApp Business, you have catalogs. You can now put your listings on there and share it with people. You can put links on there. You can create labels. You can create little, even let's say testimonials, and add them to your catalogs, which I'll show you in a little bit as well. So you want the business one. And the best part is it is free. It doesn't cost you anything. Now you can have the WhatsApp Business and the normal WhatsApp on one phone, but you cannot use the same number. So you just need to decide that if you're going to take your business one, convert that number to the WhatsApp. You can always convert it back. Just remember when you do the conversion to have a backup just in case, so that you have all your information there. Now, what's really cool about if you take your existing number and you convert it, it means that all the people that saved your number already will be able to see your content and your WhatsApp profile versus getting a new number, and then you have to take a longer period of time to get those people to notice your status. So think of WhatsApp Business having people need to save your number. So think of it almost like Facebook, where someone needs to be your friend in order to be able to see your content if your settings are set up that way. Now that's kind of like WhatsApp. Someone needs your number. So the best one would be is to take your existing phone number and convert that one. Now, what exactly are the benefits for you, a real estate agent? Well, it is immediate interaction. It makes it personal because I can pick up the phone and I can speak to my client and they can actually see me, because we know, like Steve said in the beginning, when you see someone's face, it's an easier way to build that relationship. So we can use WhatsApp to have that ability. Instead of trying to type and explain something to someone, pop up your phone, have your camera, and explain to them what you were going to explain to them. Now, meetings becomes easier. Now, don't get me wrong, face-to-face, belly-to-belly will always be the best one, but it's not always possible. And the second best one is a video. Video is the thing that is the highest traction right now, and WhatsApp gives you the ability to chat to someone right now. Now, I'm not saying make a video call. I'm saying create a video and then send it to them, because we never know where our clients are when it comes to a video call. It's personal, and we can engage with people because it's all about relationships. You have the ability to showcase your property. Now, there's only 2 reasons why your property doesn't sell. 2, no other one. Number 1 is the price. Number 2 is your marketing. That's it. So if the price is perfect and the marketing isn't right, it won't sell. And if the marketing is right, but the price isn't perfect, it won't sell. So there's 2 reasons. So it's either the price or the marketing. Now, how do we make sure that our marketing is perfect and we get it in front of enough people? We can also use WhatsApp, where at least majority of us, if you open up your phone, you go to contacts, you scroll all the way down, it will show you how many contacts you have in your phone. And the average agent has got around 1,200 people. Those are 1,200 potential people that can be in your phone right now that you can expose to them who you are, what you do, and where to find you. It also has the ability to create broadcast lists. Now, broadcast lists should not be confused with groups. Now, a list is where I can create a list to say, all my buyers between 1.2 and 1.5 is in this group. And when I send a message to them, they all get that message separately. So when they reply, they only reply to me, and no one can see who I sent that to. A group is the annoying one, right? It's the one where people come and comment every 5 minutes, and you eventually have to put your phone on silent or the setting on WhatsApp. So what we want to do is we want to create broadcast lists. But in order for someone to see the message that you sent on a broadcast list, your phone number must be saved on their phone. Now, how do we do that? How do we get people to save our phone number on their phone? Well, a couple of easy ways. The easiest way to do that is to go and create yourself, a contact of yourself in your phone. So Nicoline Hammerty, with your email address and everything. But don't just say Nicoline Hammerty. Say Nicoline Hammerty, the Atlasville real estate agent, because become a couple of months down the line, the client can't remember, but they're going to search real estate agent or Atlasville, and that's when you are going to come up. So then all you need to do is share the contact with them, and all they have to do is hit save. We want to take as many steps out of the process as possible when it comes to getting people's contacts. Another one that WhatsApp Business has is it gives you the ability to create a QR code that someone can simply scan, and they get directed straight to your WhatsApp. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a little bit. You can organize stuff. When you label people in certain buckets, you know exactly who are your buyers, who are your sellers. So when you have a new listing, all you need to do is go to your labels that says buyers between 1.2 and 1.5 and send your message their way, which is great. And then, whether we like it or not, a lot of people judge a book by its cover. Now, if I search your business and I can't find your business on Google My Business, or I can't find a Facebook page, or I can't find you anywhere, there is a little part of people that think you're not a real business yet. Now, when you have a professional profile, it creates that credibility that you are a business, because underneath the profile, it actually says that you are a business. Now, there's a couple of things that you can do. So creating your professional presence on WhatsApp. Now, you can add your business name, you can add your phone number, but when we go business name, don't just say Nicoline Hammerty. Say Nicoline Hammerty, Atlasville real estate agent. Say Nicoline Hammerty, East Rand property specialist. Whatever it is, because the moment people see your name, they need to know who you are, what you do, and where you do it. And if I just say Nicoline Hammerty, no one's going to know what my business is. So we have an option where we can put some business description. You can put hours in there. And what's really cool with that section of your business hours, that if you say your business hours are from 8 to 5, now, we know in reality for real estate agents, it's from when I open my eyes until I close my eyes. But let's say you set it to 8 to 5. Then it has the ability where you can send an automatic message after those hours to say, thank you very much for your message. I'm not available at the moment. I can contact you as soon as possible. Then you don't have that anxiety of always thinking, oh, I have to reply to people right now. They got a message and they now know when you are going to connect with them. You can put your email address there. You can put multiple websites there. Now, how cool is that, especially for you guys at EXP? You can have a link to your listings, but you could also have a link to the Grow Share module. You can also have a link to build your own pipeline within EXP to tell them a little bit more. So it doesn't always just have to be one particular thing. You can create catalogs, which means you can now take your listings and put them on your phone as products. So when someone then views your profile, they can also see the listings that you have on WhatsApp, which is amazing. And what's also really cool is you can add links to those catalogs. And if someone has an inquiry on WhatsApp to say, well, I'm looking for a 4-bedroom house, straight from WhatsApp, you can send them that catalog. And when they open it up, it'll take them to the link to go and view more about that particular property. Then if you have a Facebook page or an Instagram page, because WhatsApp is now owned by Meta, which was the old Facebook. Meta is just the new name for it. All of these platforms are owned by the same place. If you have a Facebook and an Instagram, you can connect it to your WhatsApp. Now, if you have a Facebook page, and instead of saying like my page, you can say message me. Now you can take people off Facebook and get them into your WhatsApp. And the reason we want to do that is we need to build our database, because the size of your bank account is directly correlated between the size of your database. Now, you wouldn't build your house on rented land, right? No, of course not. But that's what we do if we only use the portals and Facebook and Instagram to market to people and find people. Eventually, any of those can increase their prices, change their algorithms, and then you're out of business, or it's going to take you a long while to get yourself up there as well. Now, you have to use those platforms, but the purpose of it is to get them into your database where you can nurture them consistently, and WhatsApp helps you do that. So let's look at just quickly what it looks like when you hit onto your profile. Now, as you can see, there's a little big real estate chunk over there where you have the ability to add a cover image. And that cover image can be anything related to your particular business. I would also suggest that whatever you image add there tells them a story about who you are. So I wouldn't necessarily put a picture of a dog there, because how are they going to know that you are in real estate? So you would need to put something that represents you. Then your logo. Now, we know that your face in real estate is your logo. Now, you want to create consistency. We know that years ago, people needed to know who you are or reach you at least 6 times before they remember who you are. Today, that is over 11 times. So you have to be consistent all over. So if you can use the same image on your WhatsApp that you do on Facebook, that you do on LinkedIn, that you do on Instagram, then you're creating that sense of being familiar with who you are, because it takes people time to get there. You're going to put your business name in. Remember to put in where you specialize, what you do. If you're a rental agent, then you're going to say Nicolene Hamilton, a rental agent in East Rand, for example. But you want to put what you do in that particular line. Your phone number obviously automatically pulls through, and then it also gives you a little bit of space to tell them about your business. Now, what we sometimes do, or the majority of us do, is we say something like, well, what do you do? Well, I sell houses. No, that's your end result, is selling the house. There are 1,000 things that you do in between to get to that. You are a marketing expert, you are a pricing expert, you are a property sourcer, you are sometimes even a shrink in some cases. But what are the things that you do? Because if we don't build that value up, then people are going to think we are just the end result, and we are so much more than that. So what are you? What is your business about? I read a very nice one the other day where one of the estate agents that said, I'm not just a real estate agent. I help families find a safe haven to grow and build their families in there. Now, doesn't that sound so much nicer than just I'm a real estate agent? But when you put that description in, tell them a little bit more about who you are. So this is the section where you can put your trading hours in. Again, you don't have to, but if you do have that ability to put that away messages on there. You can add an address. I wouldn't put my personal address in there, but if you are from an office, you can absolutely add that in there. You can put your email address, your website, and this is really cool. When it comes to this section, you can do multiple ones. So what if you had your own bond originating section within your company or a specific bond originator that you use? You could add the link there and have someone straight from there being able to go and pre-qualify themselves as well. Then it has this section where it says catalogs. A lot of people only put their properties that they are currently have on the market as the catalog. But what if you thought a little bit outside of the box? What if you didn't remove a listing when it's sold and you had another category of catalogs that said property sold? Or you made it easy for people to say properties between $1 million and 1.5. Or you categorize them in 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms and 4 bedrooms. Now people can see exactly in the catalogs which catalog they want to go to. And by the way, you could also add any image there you want. So what if you took a screenshot of your reviews and you put that in there and you made a category that says reviews? Now when someone goes to your profile, they can see that as well. If you're a rental agent, what if you had an image that said rental application? And when they went in there, there was a link for them to download the application form to go and complete from Google Drive, for example. So there's so many cool things that we can do, and it's right in our hands. And all we have to do is send it to that particular client. Then you can connect your Facebook and your Instagram for there, and you also can put your business in a category. Now, don't skip this step. Although it isn't completed, it's not there yet, the next step of Meta, what they will be able to do is someone will be able to search the category. You've already seen that these new chats and these new groups have come out where you can actually start searching for someone and follow them. So in the near future, someone would be able to say, search for real estate, and they will be able to go into that section as well. And then a little bit about yourself. So I'm just going to go a little bit quicker because I see I'm like 2 minutes left, Steve. So then let's look at a couple of tools. So I'm going to jump to this one. Your profile is your logo. Who are you? Who are you that people are going to see? Because it's all about getting familiar. People need to see you at least 11 times. Do you know that currently someone that makes a buying decision on Takealot, which the average sale is 250 to 400 Rand, takes 2 weeks before making a buying decision? 2 weeks. And then we contact someone once, they say they're not ready yet, and we never phone them again. We haven't done it enough times for them to actually get to that stage. Then the catalog, we can do different categories. You can do different, pretty much anything, especially with you guys. You can have a grow share one, join my team one. Here's the training, all of that added in there as well. You can do orders. Now in real estate, we really wouldn't do orders, but what you could do is if you're a rental agent, you can add the rental application stuff in there. That if they then want to make payment from that, if you're a business, they would be able to do that from there as well. You can advertise. And on WhatsApp, when anything is new, when everything comes out, Facebook and Meta makes it as cheap as possible. So you can actually advertise anything from your catalog or any of your statuses for around 18 Rand a day currently. And then what happens is when you've connected your Facebook and your Instagram from there, and it goes to Facebook and someone messages, it comes straight to your WhatsApp. And now you have their phone numbers as well. And remember I said that you could create a QR code to get someone straight into your WhatsApp. And that is what that short link is for. So when you click on it, it either gives you a link or a QR code. And then what happens if someone clicks on that link, it opens up directly in their WhatsApp, and they can message you from there without needing to first save your phone number and have to wait a couple of minutes for it to actually pop up as well. So that's really cool. What is also great, if you have the QR code, what if you just printed a sticker and you stuck it on the back of your phone? And when you were talking to someone, you say, well, just scan my details there. And then when they scan it, it'll open up and they can save it there. We want to take friction away from people. If we can make 2 steps, 1 steps, that will be much easier for people. Then you can also set a greeting message. So if someone messages you, you can say, well, thank you for your message. I'm just currently busy with a client right now. I'll be able to contact you in the next hour. And you can customize that every single day if you wanted to. You could have an away message, which makes it so much easier for you as well. Right. And then the quick replies, it has the ability where you can type something out, and then instead of having to type everything out, you just put the keyword. So let's say every time you go to a listing, you want to put an away message. So when someone messages you, instead of saying, sorry, can't talk right now, we'll phone you back, you just say something like meeting. And then when you start typing in the word meeting, that message will pop up. And all you have to do is click on it and send it. So it might save you 2 minutes, it might save you 10 minutes, but every minute saved is a better way for you to communicate with people. So just a couple of out-of-the-box ways of how we can create catalogs. You can see on the screen, we have a section for catalogs. This is where you will be able to add new items. So the item is the listing that you add, and the collection is the category. So you might add a bunch of listings that are either bedrooms or bathrooms specified or price range specified, whichever is easiest for you. So an item will be the listing and the collection will be there. So if you look on the other side, you can see we've got the online training, we've got testimonials and reviews, and you'd be able to go and change that according to whatever you want. The possibilities for this is absolutely endless. You can even add images. You can add free resources. So maybe there's a free resource for you to get them on your newsletter or get them to join your list. Whatever it is, you can add that there as well. It even has the ability where you can add images in there as well. So what could some of the ideas be? Well, maybe you have a category, properties for sale, or properties for rent. Or maybe you leave a section that says properties sold. Then you don't need to delete a listing, you simply move it to another category. What about properties rented, or townhouses for sale, houses for sale, flats for sale, vacant land? All of these are different ones. Testimonials and reviews, resources. Maybe you have a buyer's guide and a seller's guide. Maybe there's a couple of selling tips or buying tips, and you put the link there, they then come back into your system, because it's all about getting those people into your particular database. A couple of ideas that maybe, what if you had one that said what you need to know when renting a property, and that takes them to a blog post that you've done? Or why is FICA important and why do we need to do it? And whenever someone says something about, oh, I don't want to do my FICA, you can just send them either a video you've already created about it, or a blog, or a PDF that you've put on Google Drive. As long as it has a link, you will be able to put it on here. It can be things to do about the area that you specialize in, things you need to know. But there really is endless. You can do events, you can do show houses, you can do road shows, you can do blogs. There's so many things that you'll be able to add into your catalogs. All right. Some more ideas, if you're, for you guys, for example, recruiting, agent testimonials, if you're an agency, what it takes to be a real estate agent, why become a real estate agent, what we offer, all of those things can be in your catalog. Now, let's say only one person views your catalog a day. That's one more person that knows who you are, what you do, and where to find you, and it took you no extra time. All it took was a little bit of sweat equity. That's all it took. And once you set it up, it stays there, and now it just snowballs. Right. So I think my time is up. I've got about 5 minutes left. Steve, can I continue, or should I jump to the end?
No, that's fine. If anybody needs to leave and get to appointments, they're welcome to go. There will be a replay of today, which I'll send out. So you're welcome to carry on, Nicolene. Thanks.
All right, perfect. So then labels. Labels are amazing. These are the ones that I said you can put them into different buckets. Now, if you look at the example, the buckets could be buyers between 1 million and 1.5, sellers that are active, sellers that are waiting transfer. And what it does is it actually shows you on the side how many people are in those buckets. Now, if I need to give feedback, and let's say to the sellers awaiting transfer, all I then need to do is click on that, and the 2 people that's in that labels messages will come up. Because how many of you have to go through that endless scroll to get to the person that you accidentally opened the message and now you can't remember who you had to give feedback to? With labels, that is no longer an issue. So we've already chatted about the difference between broadcast list and broadcast groups and why we want the list, not the actual group. And then just as the last little section is the location pins. These are great, not only for you as a real estate agent to make sure that you are safe wherever you are, but also to get people to see where the listing is. So there's 2 different ways that you can share locations on WhatsApp Business. The first one is a live location, and that live location shows where I am right now. So wherever my phone goes, that little pin will move. That is great to share with your office if you're going to go out to viewings. It is great if someone needs to follow behind you to go to a listing, you will use the live location. The next one is just the normal pin location. And that one we will use if we want to meet someone at a particular place. We want to meet them at the house. We want to meet them at the office. That's when we will share a pin location, which makes life so much easier because if you're anything like me, I've got no sense of direction. I can go around a circle and not know which way I've come from. With a pin location, that makes your life so much easier than not trying to have to figure out where you need to go. So let's recap. I know I went very fast through this. Is you now know what is the difference between WhatsApp and WhatsApp for Business. You understand what are the basic features that WhatsApp Business has got to offer. You know why it's essential for you as a real estate agent to actually use it, because it's all about you being more productive and being able to serve more people. You know how to set up your profile and to create a professional presence. Now, because you are part of Steve's EXP group, if you want the full WhatsApp training, you can just simply scan the link and use the promo code, and there will be a discount for you guys. You'll have lifetime access, and they will actually show you how to set it up. Press this button to do this. We give you a manual to show you step by step on how to get that done. Is there any questions?
Nicolene, that was fantastic. Thank you so much. I know many people's minds are spinning. So stick up a hand if you've got questions. Again, we're in no rush to end the meeting now. If you want to stay and ask questions, let's use the time while we've got Nicolene with us. And if you can just keep that slide up, Nicolene, so that people have got time to scan that code and get the full course, that would be great. Jeremy, I think you had your hand up first.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Nicolene, for a very informative session. My question relates to my conversation history. So I use WhatsApp, normal WhatsApp, quite a lot, and I use it as a little CRM application. So I'm very dependent on keeping my conversation history and referring back to that just to get quickly up to speed with where my last conversation stopped. Now, you did mention that we can back up our conversations. Can you then import that into your business WhatsApp if you do choose to convert from normal WhatsApp to business?
Yes, you can. It's a little bit of a process, but you can definitely do it that way. So I just need to put my charger in. For some reason it flipped out. Sorry, I saw my laptop's about to go. So yes, you can do that. Just back it up, put it on there again. It is a bit of a sweat equity. There is on the WhatsApp help docs. It takes you through step by step. It's probably going to take you around 20 minutes to do, but it definitely is possible.
Okay. Thank you, Nicolene.
All right.
Super. Geez, I didn't know you could actually import that. That's fantastic. Good to know. Monica.
Good morning. Okay, so just another little trick that I've been using. When you have the location pins, I actually created a little group that's just for me. So when I get a new mandate, I actually do a listing, a location pin. I save that with the address. So when I'm sending out appointment information to buyers, I actually already send them that location pin. So there's no excuse for not knowing where to be. They've got it right up off the bat.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Especially your location pin, you have to go to the front gate, because if you stand in the middle of the house, it might pick up the street at the back. So that is a brilliant idea. I've got a question here from Christine asking, how do I find the category tab in the WhatsApp business profile? So depending whether you have a Mac or an Android, if you open up WhatsApp, at the bottom or at the top, it will have a little section that says tools. And then if you click on tools, you'll just open that up, and then you will see that it says the catalog. And then once you're in the catalog, it'll say add new collection. So it refers to collection when it comes to that particular one.
Thank you.
Okay.
And my hand is up. May I ask a question?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Listen, a lot to learn. I use WhatsApp Business, but there's still a lot to learn. The one thing I want to know is, how do I get to a live location pin, or where do I get that from?
Okay, so you open up your the message. So let's say you want a message to Steve, for example. You open up that particular chat. There's a little either a plus sign or a little paper clip. That means attachment. Then when you click on that, there'll be a couple of things that open up there.
I'm sorry, I just don't see that on my WhatsApp Business.
Are you in an actual chat?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so then you click on the little plus sign.
I don't see a plus sign. There
Okay,
is a plus sign.
Let me see if you can maybe see. I don't know if you can see that.
I'm in a chat.
There's a little plus. If you don't have a plus sign, you will then have a little paperclip.
Okay, yes.
All right, so then you click on that.
Okay, there's location.
Yes, then you click on it.
Okay, so there you can do then your whether a live location or an exact pin.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you. I will get into that. Sorry,
right.
I didn't know that. Thank you.
No. That's why we have the training.
Yeah, that's why we're here, Christine. That's good.
I love it. I've got one, just another question here while I have the mic on. What is the chances, and I know you're not from Meta, but I find the labels very limiting, because there's a limited amount of labels and they're way too few for me.
At the moment, it is still a bit limited, but it's the worst it'll ever be right now. So it'll always grow. So what I tend to do is, instead of having buyers between 1.1 and 1.2 and then 1.2 to 1.5, maybe just put all your buyers under 1.5 together. It's a little bit more difficult, but you could
I don't have enough. Sorry, I don't have enough pins for that. I find it easiest to buyers that inquire about a property, to keep them at that property, because information. But then, I mean, then when I run out of labels, I have to delete off my previous labels, which mean I lose those buyers.
Yeah,
because then they're part of 1,900 people on my WhatsApp.
Yeah, then maybe if you put two labels, one means listing and another one or maybe if you have multiple properties in a street, then maybe have the street be the label and not a particular property. If there's a multiple, then at least you know if you go to that street, those properties will be there. But currently it is still limited, but we don't know what will happen in the future. It will definitely increase, but we don't know with how much.
Thank you.
PropCon, Christine. You can create labels on PropCon. That's the way to solve it, so that you don't at least lose them. Ashley, how's it, Ash?
Hello, hi guys. I'm Nicoline. Just a quick question about the broadcast messages. Do they limit the numbers? Because let's say you've got a very big database on your phone. Can I send like 6,000 at one time? No, hey.
Broadcast list is up to 256 currently.
So we do it alphabetically, like A, B, C's, that kind of thing.
I would like to put them in buckets of relevancy, because I wouldn't want to send a buyer that just bought from me a new listing. I don't want to give them buyer's remorse. So maybe I have an investor bucket and a buyer's bucket and a tenant's bucket. And then maybe within those buckets, I'll maybe have a buyer's between $1 million and $1.2 million. Then at least I send them relevant stuff. Because if I send you 100 messages a day, but they're all relevant, you're not going to mind. But the moment I send you one in 2 weeks' time and it's irrelevant, that's when people tend to unsubscribe and mark you as spam.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Okay, do we have any other questions?
Good morning. Yes, I just want to mention that I do use labels a lot on WhatsApp, but I do use it differently. So my labels change every day. I've got like one that says add to CRM. So if someone sends me anything, information, feedback on a property, email address or whatever, I just mark them as add to CRM. And then whenever I'm in front of my computer, I will put that information into PropCon. And the same with, I don't like have buyers or sellers. I've got one that says needs feedback or await feedback. And so if all the information as it comes through, it goes through to PropCon, and I use PropCon to know who's connected to which listing and all of that. So my labels is something that I use on a daily basis. If I've got a client that would like to go view a property, I will label them arrange viewing. And then at some point during the week, I've got a time slot where I arrange all my viewings. Then I'll arrange all the viewings, and then I'll change their label to viewing follow-up. But that information goes then through to PropCon. That is where all the information is kept. But my labels is something that I use on a daily basis just to categorize the people. And once that is done, it goes to PropCon, and then the labels come off again. So for me, the labels is a way more interactive way for me to keep track of what's going on in my business.
So that's brilliant. So you basically use it as a to-do list to say what you need to do and when you need to do it.
Yes, like for instance, this morning I invited a few agents. If someone says that yes, they're going to attend this meeting, I'll label them a family time meeting, and then after the meeting I'll go follow up with them. But that information then goes back to PropCon, so I keep it there and then I take the labels off again. So now I'm ready again for in 2 weeks time to invite people again, put the label on. So my labels is changing on a daily basis. I don't have a label on someone for something specific. That is just information that needs to go to PropCon.
Brilliant.
Love it. Such a good solution to Christine's problem. And then Mike, last one. You can take us home, Mike. Mark, are you going to take us home, or are you going to take us to the grave?
Hi. Good day. Can you hear
Mike?
me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go for it.
Thanks very much. This course this morning was fantastic. Really appreciate it. Just one question. I think I probably know the answer to the question, but can one have two business profiles on one phone or not?
No. Not at the
Not.
moment, no. Not at the moment, no. But you could have you could have both apps on your phone and both apps on your desktop, but currently
Okay.
not. No.
Okay. Thanks very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Well, I see Brad has purchased Nicoline's course on WhatsApp. Guys, please scan it. It's 250 Rand. Like, you know, if you go out for coffee and a muffin with your wife or husband, that's going to be more than 250 bucks. So just scan the code, put the promo code SJEXP250 in, and you'll pay 250, and you've got it for life. So we really appreciate that, Nicoline. We really appreciate your time this morning, your expertise. We'd love to have you back at some point. Maybe you can pick another topic, and you can come and visit us again in 6 months or so. It'd be great to have you back, and all the best for the Real Estate Training Institute as well. So God bless you guys.